the takeoff roll. 100 knots, the aircraft is airborne, gear is coming up, full AB, smoke is on. Gear confirms fully up, 300 knots, will pull into the vertical for the high show or to the horizontal for the low show. I will maintain max AB as long as possible. Nice vortices under the back of the aircraft. You may think that I'm pulling a lot of G's here, but I should not be more than 4 G's there. Dramatic effect of the vortices and the smoke winder, plus the afterburner cooking. Reversing at the return towards another 360. Minimum altitude of 500 feet, I will execute the next maneuver. F16 is in the Belgian air component now for the end of the year 70. So, jet of the century, and not that young anymore, but still tip of the spear of our defense. Board point roll. Not easy maneuver to execute. Speed is around 400 knots. For the 3 times roll. Speed around 400 knots again. Quite impressive sight, going purely vertical towards the ground at 3,000 feet to level of 500. This is why we are training so hard to get used to those pictures. Pulling G's. My routine lasts for 10 minutes and 30 seconds. From minus 3 G's to plus 9. Speeds from 110 knots up to 600 knots or Mach 0.95 as a maximum. For the altitude, the minimum will be for the high speed pass 200 feet, and for the finale of the high show I'm climbing as high as 10,500 feet to get back then on the ground finally. The paint scheme of the aircraft, those 3 tones of gray, are, for operational obvious reasons, the best color you can have for a fighter that has to fight in the sky high. Of course, if you look on the green feature, ground feature is not that great camouflage, but once you go high in the sky, it's pretty hard to spot versus the gray, even the blue sky. Relatively small jet compared to other like the F16 or the F18. The F16 is a highly maneuverable aircraft, single engine, a lot of thrust, and a power-to-weight ratio of 1:1. Starting the display routine with 7,200 pounds of fuel on the ground, taking off with 6,800 around. I will get the jet back on the ground with less than 2,000 pounds, typically around 1,800. So in tons, taking off with 3.5 tons of fuel, I will be back on the ground generally with 900 kilograms. The routine lasts for 10.5 minutes. There you can see that I'm repositioning myself 45 degrees away from the axis to get back in line with the axis for the next maneuver. configuration of the aircraft is pretty much light, nothing under the wings, only the 2 smoke winders. But of course, since it's a operational aircraft, you can add big tanks under the wings, fuel tanks, or a centerline tank eventually. And the weapons that all dual-role aircraft are capable of getting. So bombs, missiles, air-to-ground missiles, air-to-air missiles. Very nice feature of the aircraft is the bubble canopy that provides me with almost a 360 degrees vertical view. Plus the fact that I'm really sitting on top of the jet. This gives me a very good sight of what's going on around the jet. Finishing at 360 degrees with a high away, going for high G barrel. Realigning again, waving goodbye to the public. I will proceed for the landing phase. Approach speed around 130 knots, calling to 260 kilometers per hour. I'll get the jet back on the ground, put the speed brakes in, and try to keep the nose as high as possible. Back on the ground, time to execute all the post-landing checks. Relax a bit and get the routine through my mind again and ready for the debrief that will be executed with the safety officer. Waving at the teammates. I'll get back in the trucks pretty soon. Teamwork pretty much important in this phase, since a lot of people think that only the pilots are flying the jets. They tend to forget that the team is necessary to put the jet airborne. So it's really a teamwork.